Okay, now here we are at the granola. You know, granola bowls, granola bar. You hear that a lot. We make ours with buckwheat, which is a pseudo grain. So, but it's not wheat. I don't know. It's called that way. It's so confusing. It's a pseudo grain. Has nothing to do with wheat. Has no gluten whatsoever. And of course, we sprout. So again, same thing is that if you take the buckwheat as is, it's a seed. So you soak. And it's just an hour. It's very quick. Rinse very, very well, and then it sprouts. It sprouts in 24 hours. Very simple, as you can see. And then I put it onto a tray like this to sprout, or you put it in a strainer, leave it in a jar. It's all good. So that's the buckwheat that we are going to work with. And what I did is just to give you an idea, because it is so simple to make granola. So you can have your sprouted granola and make your granola, and it's not dehydrated yet, so it's wet. You can just do your cereal like this in the morning. Or if you want to make a bar, you take, that's the date syrup, and then hemp hearts, sunflower seed, pumpkin seeds. I do currants because I like the taste. Goji's. Ooh, goji's are stuck. Goji's. There we go. And the flax is a seed, so I put it in water and lift it overnight. So it's activated again. So very important. It also helps when it gets into the body. It helps to be really absorbed very well. And now we need to mix those. Got a nice spoon here. Mix it. When you use a mixing bowl, it's always best to use a bowl like 2 times the size of your recipe, because that way it's so easy to mix. Like this one here, the bowl could have been a bit bigger, would have been easier. Just like that. Now one thing I don't have here with me, and is very nice to add, cinnamon, cardamom. You can make it hot a little bit, chili. You can add to your granola to add to the taste, which is lovely. Okay, and now I'm going to show you a little trick, a very awesome trick. So I dehydrate at less than 115. But for you, what you can do is you can do the same thing, and if you like, you can cook it. Dehydrate is because you need a dehydrator, I understand that. You know what I say is start with doing it at low temperature with your oven. And then when you really see and see the value of it, then invest into a dehydrator. And then what you have to think about with the dehydrator is that it's a white noise. It goes, so it's a white noise. So where is it gonna go in your place that it's not like hearing the dryer for a bit of time? Okay, so I put all my granola here. So if you cook, imagine that you do this on a parchment paper. And there we are. And I'm just going to square my edges. Just like that. Okay. I'm going to show you 2 things. So let's say you go, well, I'd like to have bars, granola bars. Right? So what you do, you take the ruler. And it's a stainless steel ruler. And what I did is I took the backing out. You know, it has like a cork backing. I took it out. So I can use a stainless steel ruler. And then, I mean, it's for use. So the bars don't have to be, like if you were to sell them, exactly all the same size. So you go all the way down like this. They are already scored. Because once it's dry, it's harder. Okay? So that's the trick for the bars. Now let's say you want to do the clusters, just like we had into our bowl here. We had clusters like this, like they're all separate. Okay, same thing. It is easier to separate them before than after. I'm going to show you how to do that. Just going to put everything back together. There we go. So this time I'm going down and I'm pushing and then keeping them apart. And why? Because when they are dehydrated, they won't be stuck to one another. Okay? Like this. And then you can make them in whichever size you want. So again, if you're cooking, you do this on a parchment paper, because dehydration, it won't dehydrate all the way through if it sits on the T-flex. So what you do is, here are my trays. So those are the trays for the dehydrator. Put one under, like this, one over, like this, and flip. So now, what happens, kaboom! What happens is your granola clusters are now on the mesh, and they'll dehydrate evenly on both sides. And that goes in the dehydrator for 10 hours. Also consider that it cannot be, let's say, in a place that is too cold, because your dehydrator is going to work harder. It can be in the laundry room. That's a place where I can think of. You could put a dehydrator, and then it's with your dryer, so it's similar noise. And there we go, you have that. So the granola, and I'm going to put this aside here for a second. And I'm going to reach for a bowl. So I'm putting the blueberries. It can be apples, it can be bananas. Lovely to have the bananas with that. Like this. And then the milk. And when you pour the milk, make sure that you eat it. Well, make sure. Eat it then. Because I find that otherwise the crunch goes away. So it's nice if you eat it right then. The crunch is nice. And it's a delicious breakfast. And our children love that one. Love that one, of course.